These fake videos. This whole concept of fake marketing. Let's discuss it.
I love it because I completely fell for it. Makes you inquisitive. People are like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, let me go into a profile and see.
I just think on a deep psychological level,
you don't like being lied to.
So I really was a statistic in a social experiment and it worked. I feel like it's moving more and more towards you need one lucky break.
Yeah.
And if you make sure the rest of your content is good enough to keep the people around that come from that lucky break, you've done your job.
CGI kind of freaks me out. I feel like that's actually...
If you're walking past a clothing store and then it like fits it on you.
Yeah,
that kind of freaks me out. I didn't give you my permission to film me. There's the door. There's the door. Hello and welcome to another episode of the 4Words podcast. Today I am joined by, oh my gosh, she's real, Elsie.
Hi guys.
Who is our only full remote employee.
Yeah.
She's all the way down in beautiful Cape Town. And this is the first time we're meeting her in person.
It's good to be here.
Welcome.
I feel so office vibes. I literally work at a dining room table.
Riveting stuff. Oh my gosh. Today, we have got some really, really sick topics to discuss. The first, we always do our podcasts in 3 distinct segments. The first is marketing updates, where we kind of just talk about what trends are happening, what do we need to share with you as the audience in this segment. Then secondly, we go into our main topic of discussion. This is where the juice lies, okay? And Elsie generated this topic for this podcast and it blew me away. I'm not gonna lie. Like she literally hoodwinked me when I watched the video that we're going to be discussing.
I like that word.
Me too. I think, wasn't that a movie? Hoodwinked.
Oh yeah.
The real ones know. The real ones know. Kind of freaks me out. The animation's a little bit creepy.
Red Riding Hood is scary.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The dynamite kills me though, when they're going through the mine.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
What kind of candles are those?
Dynamite. Oh, must be Italian.
Then the third segment is foresight, where we kind of give a prediction that we want to share. And it's essentially the ultimate I told you so for the future. So to start off, let's cover a marketing update. What do you have for our audience today?
Okay, so my marketing update that I've been seeing everywhere are these newspaper brand launch, any kind of launch trend. I feel like every business, brand, company, whatever are doing these to launch these big events or big openings or whatever through, like, for example, they put the camera as a POV of a shopping bag or something, and then there's someone comes and takes it out. I mean, I've seen like F1 do it. I've
100%.
seen jewelry brands do it. We've done it.
What I think is also super, super prevalent with those trends is the fact that you can so easily tweak them to make it more applicable to your brand.
Yeah.
What I would absolutely love to see is an online news publication, for example, creating a fake physical magazine or physical newspaper and then launching something new like that. Like, I think that could be so, so sick. I love how brands have turned it into their own vibe and how it's been adopted by small brands, bigger brands. You can use different audios, you can use post-its, you can use that one that I love now is there was that one where you can like step over something.
Yes, and it
then
goes
it's on the bottom of a shoe and then it like goes onto the page. The one I saw recently was now a much higher produced version. I'll actually send it to you. It's sick.
I'd love to see.
It's a fashion brand where they like basically produce it and film it to look like this guy stole a handbag and he's like running away in this bright blue hoodie, and then this guy in all black is chasing him trying to get the bag back or whatever, and the bag is also something that the company now sells as a part of their
that's so
clothing.
clever. I love that.
And then the scenes like cut really quickly and all of a sudden something falls out of the bag and it lands on the floor, and then the guy's POV who's running to trying to catch the guy with the bag picks up this paper and it just says new collection coming soon.
Yeah.
And it's like this new bag collection from a brand. Like, I love that type of thinking.
Yeah, that's almost like a bit of suspense and it does
100%.
well. Yeah, because you want to see what it's all about.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our marketing update. Now skipping and jumping into our main topic. Elsie,
Yeah.
these fake videos. This whole
You're not a
concept
fan.
of fake marketing. Let's discuss it.
Okay, let's do it.
When we prompted the topics for this podcast, one of the things that Elsie sent through was this video on TikTok of this woman's phone being stolen on a tripod. And I fully believed it. And then she told me to go look at the next one. And the second video was basically explaining how it was all a hoax in order to test something for engagement. And it ended up going viral.
Yeah.
Okay.
It worked.
It worked. One might say unconventional marketing.
Yes.
What are
One
your
would say
thoughts?
unconventional marketing. I love it because I completely fell for it. And I've fallen for it many times before.
Yeah.
I've actually, not many times, but I have seen a few influencers do it. And I think like especially when you're like a fashion influencer or something like that. And in this case, she was doing like a fit check. Sorry, you go. So it was something that she does all the time.
It was super realistic.
Yeah. And then her phone got stolen and I was like, oh my gosh, like I wonder if she's okay. I mean, she got her phone back in the video, so it was all fine.
Yes,
but
because of the tripod.
Because of the tripod.
Yeah.
And then I didn't go onto her profile. The follow-up video came up on my feed.
I had a phone call with our marketing girlie this week to brainstorm some viral video ideas for our brand in my moods. We kept noticing those kind of videos where somebody would be filming and their phone would be stolen or something would happen to their phone in the video. They really have that shock factor and it makes people engage with the content. So that's when Nathan and I got the idea to do a fit check and have someone steal the phone when really it was Nathan stealing the phone. It was so funny to film because obviously we had to film on the streets of Amsterdam and we were worried that someone would actually intervene and help me get my phone back. We also did so many takes because I would be laughing, he would be laughing, and you could hear us in the back of the video. I personally find myself engaging more with brands that do that unconventional type of marketing, so we've really wanted to tap into that area within my moods. There were a few people that didn't like the video, but honestly it wasn't offensive and no one was hurt during the making of that video except for my phone. It's just another way for our brand to reach new audiences, and if that's a crime, lock me up.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so clever.
Like I just watched this.
Yes.
It was all a lie.
Yeah. But I was like, it's so clever because it's also just like a little bit like I said earlier, like the suspense aspect of it is, I find quite fun. Makes you inquisitive. People are like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, let me go into her profile and see. And I've actually seen it in a YouTube video, in a YouTube intro.
Really?
I don't know if you know Claudia Salewski. You know Billie Eilish?
Yes.
You know her brother?
Yes.
It's his girlfriend.
Oh, cute.
She makes YouTube videos. And she started out her YouTube video, like setting up her tripod and whatever in like a park, about to do the intro to the video. And her camera gets stolen. And she chases after the guy who drops it. And then she picks it up and she says like, welcome to June. Like, is that her monthly,
got you.
It was so cool. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I love that.
But this was a while ago. So I feel like now it's picking up on like the short
form content. Question though, because I don't know. I just think on a deep psychological level,
you don't like being lied to.
A, don't like being lied to, and B, don't like feeling dumb. So when I watched that follow-up video, I was like, oh wow. So I really was a statistic in a social experiment, and it worked.
I like how honest she was though. Like she could have not said anything.
That is very true, and could have just piggybacked off of it.
Yeah.
But what's also really difficult with like that type of marketing is you've got one shot. If it does well, cool. But then after that, you could only do it once.
Yeah.
Like the more that you hoodwink or like the more that you feed into that like fake, like what is it called? Like a deep fake, basically. How they used to do those AI videos of like political figures talking and saying like some really up stuff. Like those videos, you could do as many of those as possible and people would still just kind of have to like use their own discernment. Whereas with this, as a creator, as a brand, you only really get one chance. If you go viral with that video, like you can't keep doing those videos. People will start getting annoyed, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that like most trends? Not most, but I mean most, not all.
Wow, you're spitting facts. Honestly, that's actually so true.
I mean, they like, it doesn't have longevity to it, but like say for like a fashion influencer, there's only so much content you can make. And like, I feel like making like a fit check a little bit interesting.
I hear you.
Is
and
fun.
Like, I do 100% agree that I think there's a demographic of people that really, really with it.
Yeah.
Like really appreciate that level of ingenuity to come up with an idea like that and execute it so well that it goes viral.
Yeah.
And yeah, to an extent, I think it's a really great way to get influencers, for example, in the fashion space that is so oversaturated at this point, the opportunity to have the rest of their content seen, to have their personality showcased. Like I think now the internet, particularly on TikTok for viral videos, I feel like it's moving more and more towards you need one lucky break.
Yeah.
And if you make sure the rest of your content is good enough to keep the people around that come from that lucky break, you've done your job.
You're pretty set.
You're pretty set, you know? Maybe it's just a me thing. I don't really know if I like feeling like
teased.
I don't really know if I like feeling a little bit dumb.
Yeah, but she even said in the second part, she was like, some people didn't like it.
Yeah.
But she just wanted to test something out, and it worked. It worked
massively. An engagement.
An engagement. And that's what she wanted, so she got it.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Are there any other unconventional marketing trends that you really disagree with?
That I disagree with?
Yes.
Maybe in like a campaign sense, like I mean, this was kind of leading into my foresight.
Gooi hom.
The OTT marketing campaigns, like the Maybelline. Have you seen the Maybelline train?
Yep.
And the Jacquemus like inflatable handbag and the...
I know even Momentum did one for Women's Day where they had like the CGI balls rolling around the Momentum building in Stanton.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's clever and it's like noticeable because it's so in your face.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I necessarily like it, but I do not like it.
Like it's not necessarily effective on you.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
but that's
okay,
just a me
cool,
thing.
but I can see it's fake.
Yeah, but I can appreciate the effort and that went into that. I mean, it's like a huge production and setup and everything.
Imagine to counteract that, a brand actually built like a massive slide around their building.
Yeah, not just like
to be
a
for all you
CGI one.
haters.
Yeah. CGI kind of freaks me out. I feel like that's actually like
That's fair.
Where is it in Dubai where they have that like huge CGI advert? I can't even remember where it is, but it freaks me out. Like, how does it work when like people are walking out of windows and stuff or like doors?
Or like you're walking past a clothing store and then it like fits it on you.
Yeah, no,
that kind of freaks me out. I didn't give you my permission to film me.
Yeah. I think like any AI, CGI, any eye is just
Any intelligence.
any
a little
eye.
bit creepy.
It's a little bit scary.
I hear you. Okay, so foresight.
Yes.
What is your prediction? What do you want to be able to say, I told you so about?
I guess my foresight is guerrilla marketing. I do think it's going to blossom more in smaller brands.
Okay.
Smaller brands doing these OTT campaigns. Yeah, if they're like product based, doing these campaigns that are more like the Jacquemus or the Maybelline, but on a lower budget.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So for example, Oriana gave us a scenario where a guy had a power washing company and his way of essentially doing guerrilla marketing on a low budget was taking a stencil of his business logo or something that represents his business, a symbol that represents his business very clearly, and went around his city on the sidewalks and just power washed in that stencil and just left like these temporary, essentially like stamps
So clever.
of his brand
Yeah.
in a way that doesn't leave a mark on the environment, that is super affordable, that is incredibly effective.
And it's in your face, but like in a good way.
And it's like innovative.
Yeah.
Like if I saw that, best believe I would find something that man could power wash.
Yeah, I mean, just to appreciate the effort that went into that.
100%. I'll take my
The brains
car.
behind
I think
that.
You can power wash a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I would let him
I'll
power wash my
support
car.
him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree. I think that small businesses and brand owners, whether they work from home, whether they work from small offices, small warehouses, I think they'll start getting a little bit more innovative with how they can create some form of eye-catching, almost like a deep fake marketing piece with these out-of-home, like how do I explain it, these traditional out-of-home examples that we saw with the Maybelline like buses and things like that. Like I think that smaller brands will find a way to do that that's super budget friendly.
Yeah.
And I would honestly love to see it. Like imagine if it was honey, like honey is the product.
Yeah.
And then when you get shipped honey, you open the box and there's just a couple bees that fly out and they just like zoom around the
Not
honey.
animal cruelty. I love honey.
Oh my God.
No, I get the vision. I get the vision. It's like when the pigeons fly out at a wedding. Marketing campaign.
Okay, I think we had a really good foresight though.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Do you think that out-of-home media, broad statement, is going out of style?
In South Africa, no. For the pineapples and the naked insurance. I literally, when I was driving here today, I saw a pineapple billboard and right behind that was a naked insurance billboard.
100%.
And to be honest, I don't think I would have any idea what naked insurance is if it wasn't literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Like even in Cape Town and it's like, so-and-so got naked on Clifton Fort. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Why is she getting naked on Clifton Fort?
Who is naked?
Yeah.
So it gets you thinking. And I mean,
100%.
I definitely think social media has taken over, but I do think there is still a space for that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that we're also a country that really enjoys cheekiness.
Yes.
And seeing that out of home, there's something very refreshing about it. Like you can be driving and see a billboard and giggle.
Yes.
And
Like
it means a lot in this country.
There's one, I don't actually know if this is fake news. It totally could be, but I think it's real knowing like our South African humor.
Yeah.
But when New Zealand arrived, there was the score of the, what was it, 11-12 as a billboard. I mean, that's iconic. You can't tell me that's not iconic.
It's cheeky. It's tongue in cheek. And I think that's where South African humor lies.
Yeah. I think that like also, I mean, this place is traffic central. You're going to see billboards all the time when you're in the car.
We are a country that travels,
Yeah.
commutes.
So I think billboards are definitely necessary here.
100%. Okay. Thank you so much for
Thanks
joining
for
me,
having me
on the 4Words podcast. How was it?
Good to be here.
Is this the first podcast you've ever been on?
Yeah.
Don Michaels too.
Podcast virginity taken.
Alrighty guys, as always, if there's anything you want to add to the discussion, definitely do comment it down below. Go and check us out on all social media channels. Go and check out Elsie as well. Make sure to give some love. What is your food
Good Grub
page?
Club.
I am obsessed. Guys, I am obsessed. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. Make sure to check out all of our social media channels, like, follow, comment, all of those good things. If there's any discussion points you want to add, definitely let us know and we'll have a chat. If there's anything in the marketing space that you guys need, let us know. Content creation, social media management, creative advisory, 4time.co.za. Hit us up. Okay, bye.
Bye.